this isn't a crash. Prices aren't going to collapse. We've got a number of supporting factors. One is the fact that construction costs are rising. So that's the sort of thing that feeds through into the prices of existing properties. Also, there's 165,000 migrants eligible for a special residency visa. I don't give this a huge weighting, but it definitely is on the positive side there. Hello everybody, we've got data in hand now from the REINZ showing that average house prices in New Zealand might be something like about 20% ahead of a year earlier, but if you look at the month-to-month changes, we can see average prices fell about 1.5%, 1.5% in January, and they fell just over 1% in December. And I notice in the media, people are starting to pick up on this fact that house prices are now falling. And so we're starting to get a shift in the focus of the stories. And this is going to be, I guess, a key change for 2022 compared with what we've seen over the past couple of years in particular. Media will move away from highlighting the extent to which house prices have gone up to the fact that they are falling, and then they're going to start dragging out people saying, oh, maybe this is going to be a crash, maybe prices are going to be falling away fairly strongly. Well, overall, I'd suggest this is a fairly positive development in the housing market for a great number of people. And if we have a look at it, particularly from the buyer's perspective, obviously point number one in the favour of someone who hasn't bought yet is that the price they're going to pay is likely to be less than would otherwise have been the case. And here I'm talking maybe an overall decline of 5 to 10% in prices, something like that. And if prices fall 10% from the peak in December nationwide, that puts us back at where we were in June last year. And even if we had some extreme case, which I don't expect to appear, of prices going down about 20%, that would put us into December of 2020. Now, the sort of factors I think that are going to help here for the buyers are not only the lower prices to some degree, also the range of choice is likely to improve. Vendors no longer can see they're going to get a silly price. So, they're now going to put properties on the market and maybe not negotiate quite so hard. We've got ourselves not a seller's market, but a buyer's market in place. FOMO, that stress, feeling that you have to buy now or you're going to miss out, it's pretty much already gone from the market. The biggest stress, however, is trying to get a mortgage in the first place. That's slowly going to improve as the next few months go by. Now, just going back to what I was saying earlier, that this isn't a crash, prices aren't going to collapse. We've got a number of supporting factors. One is the fact that construction costs are rising. So that's the sort of thing that feeds through into the prices of existing properties. Also, there's 165,000 migrants eligible for a special residency visa. I don't give this a huge weighting, but it definitely is on the positive side there. The labour market is very strong, and that's a huge positive. If you're going to have house prices falling away, people have to be aggressively worried about mortgagee sales, and I really struggle to see that happening given the strong jobs market and also the fact that banks haven't lent money willy-nilly over the past few years. And if you are speaking with somebody who has taken out a mortgage, then the bank forced them to figure out their ability to service the debt, not at the 2.19% they may have been paying, but at something like 6.5%, maybe even 7%. So as interest rates go up into the sort of 5.5% area late this year or early next year for maybe the likes of the 1-year fixed rate, it really isn't going to be, I think, the sort of collapsing the market scenario at all. And as this year goes by, my commentary will be shifting from we're near a peak or we're at a peak towards don't be thinking there's a big crash happening, because there is still good support from the overall state of our economy, even if we're going to still have some fairly big challenges along the way. All the best.